it's showtime, baby. Ooh, boy. First video of the new year, and it's a doozy, baby. I have been waiting months to release this video. In today's video, I am just going to be exposing all of the things that I kept secret from YouTube in 2024. Some of what I am about to say will shock you. I can just feel my ex starting to squirm a little bit right now, and I'm low-key loving this moment. This one. Okay, but let me be clear. The number one person I will be calling out by dishing all of my secrets is me, okay? God bless the 2024 version of me, because that babe went through it. She went through it, and now she has some things to say. Okay, so why am I doing this? Reason number one, I am so tired of social media making us all feel worse about ourselves, okay? I just want us all to feel a little less alone in the things we are secretly struggling with. And number two, I am frankly just tired of being polite for the sake of making other people feel comfortable. Like, why have we normalized protecting other people's bad behavior? Through all of my trials and tribulations of 2024, I have realized that you can still be kind and not be polite. Does that make sense? Politeness is really just about accommodating other people, making sure other people feel comfortable. Kindness is just about being a decent human being. I can have the sweetest little smile on my face and tell you, hey babe, that's not it. That is not it. You crossed the line. And that can be kind. I don't have to be like angry or aggressive or rude just to share my truth. This video is about me healing. This isn't about me trying to hurt anybody. I am literally just a girl trying to figure this life out. Frankly, I need someone to talk to about it. Topics that I will be including will be going no contact with my parents, my secret love affair turned relationship, my ex, round of applause, because he did the absolute most behind the scenes this year. Stalkers, my body image issues, hate comments, the list goes on, but I think we just need to get right into it. First, before we do though, this video is sponsored by Thrive Market. I have a whole box of goodies that I will be getting into to make a little charcuterie board for us in just a couple minutes. And this box is just full of organic wine. And I think we're really gonna need that. Okay, thank you, Thrive Market. All right, baby, let's get into it. Topic number one on exposed. I'll cut that out, don't worry. I'm not gonna do that again, I promise. Topic number one is going no contact with both of my parents. Now, this was so hard. I was the child that I wanted to be good enough so bad. I was such a little goody two-shoe. So going no contact with my parents goes against everything in my bones. Now, this has become quite the controversial hot topic. I'm sure you've seen some of these videos pop up in your feed. Or maybe you haven't and I'm just exposing my search history. That's probably more likely. But just believe me, it's a pretty hot topic right now, going no contact with a parent. If you're a child of divorce, say, hey. It's not funny, okay? But laughter is medicine. That's why I'm laughing. Okay, don't take that the wrong way. So I've had tumultuous relationships with both of my parents from a very young age. Family for me has always been a bit challenging and heavy. I know a lot of people have asked me to talk more about my family on here, and I just haven't, because family is a really hard topic for me. Like, home was my least favorite place growing up. And I love my family, and I know that they love me, but there's some really unhealthy dynamics there. There have been some really toxic and heavy patterns. It was wrecking my mental health. So I had two separate incidents with both of my parents that caused so much anxiety. I couldn't eat. Whenever I'd think of either of my parents or engage with them, I would get sick to my stomach. And that's not natural. You know, that's not natural. And I'm sure that on their end, it wasn't the ideal dynamic for them either. I'm not saying I am a perfect child, because hello, I am not. Feeling betrayed by a parent is just, it just hits different, okay? I did not go no contact with my parents to try to punish them. I went no contact because I genuinely came to the conclusion that the best chances at us having a relationship in the future is for me to go no contact right now, just to offer some space and hopefully some perspective, and to just frankly let go of any expectations. It feels sad, but it also feels like a relief at the same time to just know that we have space now. That was a big one. If you've gone no contact with either one of your parents, chime in the comments. I'm kind of glad I got that one off my chest. Family's hard. Topic 2, the thing I'm most excited to talk about, and probably your biggest questions if you are a regular viewer, my secret romance, my secret love affair turned into full-blown relationship. I'm obviously talking about Ben, but I have been hiding my relationship with Ben for more than people realize. I have obviously since come forward and confessed my love, my relationship. If you haven't watched that video, please go watch it, okay? That one hopefully make you feel things. Ben and I have been together for a year and a half now. We were together for an entire year before I even told the internet we were in a relationship. An entire year. Now, I didn't hide this because I was trying to be sneaky, okay? I hid this because I was in love and I was freaking out. You know that terrified feeling, those butterflies in your stomach when you meet someone that's just, it's so real, it's so electric. I hid it from YouTube because I needed time to figure out my own heart, to figure out what I was feeling and share it with Ben before I could share it with you. I also needed to get the courage to take the next step with Ben, you know, so I didn't want to blow it. I didn't want to blow it. Okay. Thank God I did not. Thank God. I give myself so much credit for not self-sabotaging, for realizing that I had been doing the work on myself and writing in my journal every day of the kind of love that I wanted. I did not settle, okay? Don't settle. If you're looking for love, don't you dare settle. It exists. I just want to shout that from the mountaintops at this point. True love exists. True, safe, passionate love exists. Frankly, unbelievable. So imagine being so excited and terrified about this beautiful romance forming in your life, not wanting to mess it up, and then realizing you have the opinion of 200,000 other people waiting. I love this man. I also really wanted you to love him. You are important to me. He was very important to me. And I wanted to find a way where you two could get to know each other a bit more naturally instead of me just being like, here's my boyfriend. Because it felt like kind of throwing him to the dogs. You know, I'm not calling you a dog, okay? I'm not calling you a dog, but it would have just subjected him to, I think, a bit more criticism. And I really wanted you to have the chance to have a relationship with him first. So I started showing him on the channel as my friend, which we were. We were close friends for a couple of years before a romance ever started to bloom. You got to know him for yourself. You saw right through it. Okay. I wasn't that good at hiding my relationship, let's be honest. You seeing through it and giving me the time and space to show it slowly, and also giving me encouragement in the comments, being like, we love Ben, more of Ben, or, oh, you guys seem like you're a great pair. The comments you would give encouraged me more than you even know. I would screenshot them. I have a whole folder on my phone saved of your uplifting, supporting comments. And I just want to say thank you so much. You have watched me go from single and depressed to getting my heart broken. Okay, we all remember me crying at the sand dunes. Oh my God. It was bad, guys. I just want to say thank you so much for cheering me on. That was still a dice roll. I would have given up YouTube for my relationship with Ben. Like if for some reason my channel tanked after sharing him, because my channel started off as just a solo woman channel. Okay, if that's not a thing anymore because people just don't like seeing me not alone, which is really sad, it would have been messed up. It would have been messed up. If you're only here to see me alone and suffering, please leave. Okay? Okay. I was willing to give up YouTube, but that was a really scary thing because, yeah, these are two things that were really important to me. You just don't know how the internet is going to react. You just don't know. This is a once in 1,000 lifetimes kind of love. I don't know how long I'll have it, but I am cherishing every single second of it. He challenges me to be a better version of me. He makes every day just feel like pure magic. You know, we're not perfect as a couple, but we are always just in it together. I had no idea love could be this exciting and this safe at the same time. But I'm just so excited for the things to come. You and I could still just hang out, but then Ben can come hang out sometimes too. And, you know, he can be a big, strong man and help me build things. You know, I love that. I love that for all of us. We should move on now. Why don't we just open up some wine? Okay, so as I mentioned, today's video is sponsored by Thrive Market. Thank you, Thrive. If you haven't heard me talk about this before, this is a product I genuinely use, okay? I actually just use this even when they don't sponsor my videos. But please, thank you for paying me money so I can pay my bills. God bless. Anyway, Thrive Market is an online subscription-based grocery store. Stop. I use it for all of my pantry staples, all of my wines that they now have. It's all organic. I got us a red and a white. It is my go-to for healthy, sustainable options. I also got us all the fixins for a little charcuterie board moment. Let me tell you why, to me, Thrive Market is 100% worth it. They guarantee you best prices. I am guaranteed to save money on groceries. And with grocery prices being what they are, I need that. They have a list of over 1,000 banned ingredients, including high fructose corn syrup, dyes, synthetic sweeteners. It takes so much of the thinking out of grocery shopping. And subscriptions only start at $5 a month. These are my latest obsession. You cut me loose in a grocery store, you best believe I will have 2 family-sized bags of Cool Ranch Doritos in my cart. I cannot help myself. However, if I do my shopping on Thrive, I eat plantain chips. So cheers for me being a healthier version this year. Thank you, Thrive. This is not at my grocery store. That's another thing I love. They have all these really yummy but healthy options that I just can't get at my grocery store. Oh, they also have all of these health items and personal care items. I got this lotion, my first Thrive order months ago, and I can't stop using it, the FAE one. Cute reusable produce bags, just really helpful home item. I'm literally just obsessing over snacks. You get the idea. All my pantry items, self-care items, and wine all now comes from Thrive. It makes it so easy. If you are like me and you are trying to be a healthier version of yourself this year, give Thrive Market a try. If you click my link down below in the description, you will get 30% off your first order plus a free gift up to a $60 value. And that right there pays for the subscription. Again, the subscription starts at just $5 a month. Thank you, Thrive Market, for sponsoring today's video. I'm gonna go ahead and fix us a little charcuterie board. I'll be right back. This is not the most adult board I have ever made, but I am growing in the new year. This is our little charcuterie board. Let me go get the wine. Hi, I'm pouring wine. Don't worry about it. No, I didn't slam a glass. What kind of woman do you think I am? Oh my gosh. I'm bringing the bottle for a friend. Leave me alone. Bye-bye. Okay, I have a confession. I've already tried the wine. Honestly, I am a red wine girl at heart. This is so yummy. It's not too sweet. I Googled it. Okay, I Googled the best wine to have with a charcuterie board. And Chardonnay, like a light oaky wine, always the number one. So here's your glass. Can you hear that on the mic? Gotta have the full experience. Clink. Welcome to the segment of the video that has had a small group of people squirming up until now. Can you tell I've had a glass of wine? Oh my God, that was so sassy. It's fine. Next topic is my ex. My ex attempted a smear campaign on my reputation this past summer. You can't make this up. I literally need a corkboard and a red string to map this mess out. Let me just give you some context first, and then I'll share why I have just been sitting on this information. My ex and I broke up over 2 years ago. Without going into a lot of detail, there was a massive betrayal. He cheated on me. I broke up with him. This rocked me so hard. I started losing weight. I was losing my hair. I was showering 5 or 6 times a day because I felt so gross. I just felt like I needed to get this person and their energy off of me. I felt so used. I felt used for my body, and I felt used for my reputation. He was using me, my reputation, and my YouTube channel for his own personal gain. At the same time, betraying my heart and my body. I had loved this person with my whole heart. I was planning to build a life with him. To feel that level of betrayal, it was so devastating. I was a shell of a human being, and I didn't even know how bad it was then. And honestly, I think it was a blessing. I had realized that I had been manipulated. And when you're untangling that web of narcissism, let's call it what it is, babe, okay? It is such a hard thing to do. Anyway, that's how my ex and I ended. And I'm very proud of myself, but I did the hard work of pulling the pieces of myself together again. I am so proud of myself for demanding so much better, for holding myself accountable and my ex accountable. It paid off in the form of a whole new chapter in my life. About 5 or 6 months after the breakup, doing the self-work, I reconnected with Ben. This is where the tea starts to be brewed, okay? Again, I was minding my business. I was moving on. Now, Ben, my ex, and myself had all been mutual friends once upon a time. And before Ben and I even got together, Ben, being the green flag that he is, had a conversation with my ex just out of mutual respect, being like, I think I'm gonna shoot my shot with Alyssa. I just wanted to check in with you, make sure you're good. Now, he did not need my ex's permission, neither did I, but Ben, being the gentleman that he is, just was checking in on him because clear communication is healthy. Anyway, Ben and I reconnect. This little crazy romance starts to bloom. Now get this. About a month later, when my ex realized Ben and I were progressing, we were happy, my ex released smear campaign number 1. Yes, there are 2. He decided to tell everyone he could that Ben and I had gotten together behind his back. He depicted this crazy friend-lover betrayal scenario. There had been crystal clear communication, and he had already moved on with many different people. Mind you, no one knew what he did to me because I didn't feel the need to sling mud and tell everyone how he had done me so dirty because I just wanted to move on. I got chewed out by people who were willing to believe this lie about me. I was absolutely shocked that 1, he would paint this crazy picture, and 2, that people would believe it. And you know what? I just took it. I got chewed out and I took it because I was not going to take the bait and get into this tit for tat, he said, she said dialogue within our community. Absolutely not. I would not take that bait. But I have to be totally honest with you. This really got to me. I shut down. You know when you've cared so much about a person that it's hard to detach? It's hard to see through some of the lies and tactics that they're throwing at you. Yeah, I was still navigating that. I felt for some reason like I had done something wrong. Ben and I broke up I want to give a huge shout out for the friends that showed up for me at that time. But my friend Vanessa in particular, she heard all of the rumors that were being spread about me. She challenged me to reflect on my behavior, reflect on my integrity, and ask myself if I stood by what I did. She looked at me and was like, "You deserve to be happy." And so, of course, I reached back out to Ben. I felt like such a fool, but I reached back out to him and I just recentered on working on myself, working on building my dreams, working on building this amazing romance. And I am so grateful that I did not let smear campaign #1 ruin the best thing that had ever happened to me. Now, a whole year goes by. That was a hard thing to go through, a smear campaign, but I'm very proud of how I handled myself and got through to the other side, right? I think it's over. God bless. You know, one would think. Wrong. My ex does it again. This past summer, he attempted smear campaign #2, and he involved a small group of people to do it with him. This small group of people were a handful of strangers, people I didn't really know that well, and a couple of people that I once considered friends. Now, this group of people over the summer had gathered, they were doing projects together. I won't say more, although I'm sure you can find out who these people are. It's really not that hard. But let me be clear. The only reason I'm not saying my ex's name right now is, one, because this is not about him. This is about me, my healing, my journey. And also, two, like, he just does not deserve the attention. So my ex and this small group of folks had gathered, and they started spreading rumors again. They started spreading rumors that I was sleeping around. They were completely undermining my relationship with Ben. He and I had been together well over a year. I'm all the way over here in Colorado, minding my business. Okay, and they're spreading these rumors that I'm sleeping around. And they're continuing to spread rumors that I still am with Ben simply to get back at my ex. That is a really long revenge relationship over a year. Oh, get a little sassy, yes. And at about this time, I start getting women sliding into my DMs. Multiple women who don't know each other. These women had been personally victimized by my ex. You know, raise your hand if you have been personally victimized by...
How many of you have ever felt personally victimized by Regina George?
Some of these women, my ex was cheating on me with. I found out that my ex had been cheating on me practically the entirety of our relationship. I've done a deep dive learning about this type of relationship psychology. This type of behavior is covert narcissism. It's narcissism masked behind behaviors that are typically presented as healthy or green flags. You know, like, my ex loves to flaunt that he goes to therapy. He expresses himself as a really safe human being. Now, normally all these things like therapy, working on yourself, self-reflection, these are all good things. But my ex uses these things as bait. Do I believe he really does do some self-reflection? 100%. And that's the scary part. I know he knows exactly what he's doing. But if he thinks he can get away with it, he will. If you have narcissistic tendencies, that is okay. That does not innately make you a bad person. Narcissism and narcissistic behavior is a trauma response. It is how you use these manipulation techniques and if you hold yourself accountable. I know you could be a better person. Prove it. Anyway, these women are sliding into my DMs. What is silver lining? I'm making friends. I'm making friends with these badass women. This small group of people who is continuing to indulge this reputation smear campaign, that group starts to crack. There's some weird relationship tension, and that whole group kind of just falls apart. A few of those people came to me and offered me the respect of an apology. I, of course, accepted the apology of some of these people because it meant a lot to me. Some people have just not connected with me ever again. And these people I thought were close friends of mine. And I've had a lot of nights crying about it. I'm not gonna lie. This has been really hard to go through this now twice. So it was strangely validating to see that kind of energy implode and to finally feel vindicated of all of these rumors. None of these rumors are alive and well now. No one believes them because none of them were true, and my integrity spoke for itself. And the behavior of the people participating in these rumors spoke for themselves. And then once all of this started unraveling, there was so much pressure on me to keep my mouth shut because people were afraid of me. And you know what that says? That says that I had moves to make and that there was a power in me sitting in my integrity. And I take that as a high compliment. It was really hard, though, to swallow it for 2 summers in a row. I really wanted to share this story because healing from narcissism is so hard. I felt like I always had to prove myself and defend myself. And this past year, I learned that the biggest power play I could ever make is to let them, is to stop defending myself, sit back, let them do their thing, and then when all the dust settles, you're fine. I have a lot of grace for all these people. And my point is not to cast these people or my ex as a pure villain. My point is to recognize that we all have a responsibility of self-accountability. I am so grateful for my friend Vanessa, who was there for me when I was struggling to get a grip on myself and on the manipulation that was happening around me. Vanessa gave me clarity. She challenged me to look at my integrity and to stand by it. And that's why I wanted to share this, because I want to be that for you. I have a lot of shame and embarrassment for how long I let my ex make me feel small. I am coming forward now because this is not a reactionary video. I am allowed to speak my truth without anyone telling me I shouldn't, to hide the bad behavior of these people around me. I'm literally just growing through this, okay? And if you feel shame for anything that I have said because you feel called out, that's an issue of you and your integrity. You can fix that. Go ahead, go off. Prove it to me that you could be a better person. And frankly, I can take anything that people throw at me at this point. That was it. Okay, now that I've had a little confidence queen moment, let's talk about my insecurities. For most of my life, felt ugly, felt uncool. And unlearning those patterns has been an incredible experience, but challenging one. And I happened into a career where not only am I critiquing myself every time I show up, but I have hundreds of thousands of people critiquing me. When I was living in my bus, I have never felt more free. I have never felt more like a babe. Like, I felt it. And then when I had this whole breakup with my ex and all these rumors spreading around about me, I got sick. I lost a lot of weight. My hair was falling out. My skin started to look gray. But I have now gotten through that season of my life, and my body has shifted from that. I started gaining weight, healthy weight. My hair has come back fuller. My complexion is much warmer and richer. But that pressure of my physical self changing, I have felt that pressure. People ask me when I'm due, as if I'm pregnant, because I'm healthier. People also were praising me with how I looked when I was actually very sick. It is such a challenging thing to show up in a space where you have the criticism of the entire internet. Last year, I went through a phase where I couldn't look at myself in the mirror, didn't want to film because I was wrestling with my self-love again in a way that I hadn't wrestled with for years. And I think it was because for the first time in my life, I actually felt safe. And so my body was like releasing all of these emotions. All of a sudden, all of these old patterns started floating up to the surface because they needed to be released. I had been holding on to these old ideas of self and self-hate. I had to really wrestle with that this past year. There were times I couldn't film. I would just cry because I was really wrestling with my self-worth and how I looked. It's hard to look in the mirror and then be so like grossed out by what you see, it's so hard to face that because I know that's not me. Like I know I am deserving of love. That was something that I really, really struggled with behind the camera this year. I feel so grateful for the people around me who are constantly building me up, especially Ben. That man is my rock. That man adores me. Even when I'm having a hard time loving myself, the way he looks at me snaps me right out of it. I'm back, baby, okay? 2025 is the year of radical self-love. Okay, this is a pretty good segue into the next topic, which is hate comments. This year's theme of hate comments is I'm not doing enough. I am not doing enough. Here's the thing. I went from being a solo female channel to now sharing my relationship. My partner, Ben, helps a lot with projects. I have friends come and help with projects. When I was a solo woman doing things on my own, this is a great example. One of the first projects I did when I moved into this house, I swapped my toilet. Okay, that old thing needed to go. I needed a fresh throne to sit on. Okay, this house is 130 years old. I swapped my toilet. I literally got comments saying that I lied about swapping my toilet, that I must have had a man or a plumber do it for me because I couldn't possibly swap my own toilet. First of all, any man who commented that really outed themselves as never having swapped a toilet because it's not that hard. If I do it on my own, then I must be lying. But if I have someone help me with something, then I am using and manipulating every man that helps me. And I am really speaking to any solo creator out there, specifically any solo creator who identifies as a woman. There is this trap, and it is the trap of you have to do everything alone. You have to constantly be proving yourself. And that is such a lie because even if you do prove yourself and do something on your own, people will call you out as a liar. Or they'll say, something must be terribly wrong with you if you don't have a man by your side. You must be mentally ill. I literally get these comments. But then if you have help, I'm called out for manipulating and using the men around me. Don't fall for the trap of feeling like you then have to do things by yourself because I felt that pressure. The goal for me is not to just do things on my own forever. Surprise. I know of so many women creators who have deliberately shifted their videos and their life because they feel like they have to do things on their own or they have to prove something or else they'll be discredited online. Nothing you ever do will be enough. So don't ever fall for that trap because you need to just start cultivating the people who see you for what you are doing and will be excited for you if you have community or people supporting you as well. This is a great example. I released a video last month where I installed a DIY mini split with Ben and with Gordo. And I called it a DIY mini split because we did it ourselves. And I got ripped apart by a small fraction of people who want to tell me that I wasn't doing enough, that I was using these men. I wasn't actually doing anything. It doesn't matter that I own the house, that I pay all the bills, that I run this YouTube channel by myself, that I edit these videos, that I negotiated the contract, that I designed the system. It doesn't matter that I was up in the attic running the lines with the guys, but because I didn't cut the hole in the ceiling, I did nothing. I'm touching on the theme of what my hate comments have been this past year because I think a lot of people don't actually understand what creators are faced with, the certain pressures. And those pressures change. And I get asked all the time about how to start a YouTube channel or what to prepare for. And this is it. Like, you have to show up in an audacious way, doing the thing you want to do because you want to do it. Once I shifted my attitude and realized I wasn't going to fall into that trap, whatever the hate comments were pushing me towards, it unlocked a whole new level of success, really internal success for me, but then outward success. When you are unbothered by some things, you become just naturally more magnetic. And I think I have been able to hop different niches simply because I have been unbothered. I think it's really given me an edge. I think that's the biggest reason why I see people who start YouTube channels and why they fail. It's because they're not actually trusting themselves in the process. They're copying video concepts that they think will be successful. I have had videos absolutely tank. I love them. I keep them up. And then 6 months later, they have 1 million views. You have to trust yourself. I'm still figuring this out. I still don't quite know what I'm doing. Anyway, take it or leave it. I'm not an expert. Okay? Again, just happy to be here. Happy to be here. Last little juicy secret that I've just been hiding and dealing with behind the scenes. This is something I've kind of talked about before. Recovering from stalkers. I have had a couple of instances where stalkers are finding my personal information, showing up at my house. I don't want to go too deep into it. Police reports have been made. Things have been happening behind the scenes is really what I'm trying to say. If you have ever been stalked, it makes you think about things so differently. It made me so angry. It has required me to take a lot of safety measures behind the scenes that I obviously can't disclose. It's an emotional thing to then continue to show up knowing that these people are watching you. Let me be clear, I feel very safe, but there's been a lot of work behind the scenes to make sure that I feel this way. It's not to say I don't love meeting you. Just don't share my personal information, stalk me, show up at my house, you know, after dark, after watching me for a whole day. We don't love that. But if you see my bus driving down the road, you best give me a honk or a wave, or I will be upset. Whoa, I have unloaded so much. I never expected my YouTube channel to go anywhere. I feel so grateful to be where I'm at right now and to be able to do this as my job. The whole point of me ever starting this YouTube channel was so that I could feel a little less alone. So I wanted to make this video to talk about the things that I have been hiding, just so that we can all feel a little less alone. We all have something that we're not just openly sharing on the internet. I just want to say thank you. You have been with me for almost 4 years now. I have been growing. It has not always been pretty. So thank you so much for spending this time with me. I honestly feel better. All right, well, I think that's gonna do it. I think that's gonna do it. I think I got enough off my chest for a decade. Anyway, I loved this. Let's do this again sometime. Please drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking. And I'll see you again really soon. You take care of yourself this week, okay? I'll see you soon. Ooh, before you go, editing Lyss here. Hi, hello. Yes, this is what I look like when I'm editing my videos. But I forgot to pick a winner for the power bank that I was giving away in my previous video. So I'm just gonna pick a comment at random and announce the winner. Okay, ready? Here you can see I'm not picking favorites. Pick a winner. Free to thrive. Hashtag AnchorSolix. I am grateful for discovering your channel. Watching your journey has inspired, encouraged, and lifted me up. I'm so glad you and Ben found each other. Watching the love between you two and your friends really does make me feel less alone. You won! You won the AnchorSolix C300. Congratulations! I am also just going to take it upon myself to just give a second one away to a subscriber that I saw participated in the giveaway. She has been a very early supporter, like since the beginning. And so I just want to give one to you too. Colleen B, is it Balch or Bulk? I don't actually know. You correct me. I'm just going to give one away to you too. So Free to Thrive and Colleen, go ahead and just send me an email at helloregretless@gmail.com. Give me your shipping address just so I can mail the product to you. That is officially the end of my giveaway season, although maybe I'll just do more. If you want me to do more of these giveaways, just let me know what you would want. Okay, that's really it. I love you. Have a good week. Bye.